All right, so I'm back here again, continue with my discussion concerning Alpha Phi Alpha. As I stated, Alphas were the first of all black Greeks. We started at a predominantly white college, and during a time when most black people felt that blacks should focus on education. Alpha Phi Alpha was the first to talk about finish high school, go to college. And if it sounds familiar, think about the Urban League and NAACP talking about a mind is a terrible thing to waste. It started with us. We were the ones who actually started on a lot of things that has helped our blacks. As I stated, the Urban League was one of the things that came about because of Alpha. Other fraternities and sororities came in behind us as they saw what unity among black people could do. Some of the things that has happened, for instance, Alpha has a man by the name of Thurgood Marshall, who became the first black Supreme Court justice. What people don't know is that Thurgood Marshall was the man who argued the case of Brown versus the Board of Education before the Supreme Court, and it is because of him that the segregation laws were struck down. Now, what we've got to understand is that segregation in the South, they were not ready for it, but it was the blacks and it was the Alphas who led the way. For instance, a man by the name of Reverend Martin Luther King, he was an Alpha, and he was the one that led the marches. But what a lot of people don't know, why are Alphas and Omegas so well friendly and everything, is that it was an Omega that came to Brother King and said, you lead the march, we got your back. So till this day, Alphas and Omegas are almost like brothers within a fraternity, because the Omegas watched our back while the Alphas was moving out front, doing the leading and the preaching. So as you know, black fraternities, black sororities serves a purpose for our people, and it serves to allow them to learn that we're about education, we're about social advancement, and our people's advancement. I think it would be great that every child, male and female, look into the fraternities and the sororities.
Okay. What's your opinion, or have you experienced any of the Jim Crow laws that affect you other than what happened at Texas?
At St. Thomas High
yes.
School, yes, I have experienced it, I have seen it, and I've learned how to get around it. In HISD, they had, when I was in HISD, they did have ways of keeping blacks from advancing. But once again, for example, most of your black teachers in HISD during that time of the Jim Crow law had masters and PhD, but yet you had some white teachers who hadn't even gotten their bachelors yet. And they were teaching our children. When the segregation came around, HISD had a thing to where they transferred black teachers into the white schools, and most of your black teachers had years of experience, and they took white teachers who had just become teachers and had no idea about teaching and put them in the black schools. So consequently, our black students were at a deficiency. My mother was one of those teachers that transferred, but that was transferred to a predominantly white/Mexican school. But as time went on, as in everything in our city and state, that the demographics changed and that particular school became mostly Hispanic. But yes, I did see it at St. Thomas High School. I saw it in HISD. But again, our people continued to push forward. Our people continued to vote. Our people made changes. The thing that disappoints me now is that a lot of our children, for some reason, think that being educated is not cool. I don't know when acting a dummy became cool, but it has happened.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.